Yes, ma'am.
You didn't even hear what he said. You didn't even hear. We're saying to leave it alone right now. We are fine. All that 15% hogwash we've heard for 9 years now. We're sick of it. And you said something about more doctors being trained outside of America than inside. You want to know why?
No, 35%.
You want to know why? Because we pay them to go to school over there, and our doctors have to come out of school with debt of $200,000 plus. And the reason you don't have the pediatricians and the primary care, because it costs too much money to pay that much for their education to pay it back, so they've got to specialize. That's our American government. So leave us alone in the healthcare system. It will work itself out, and quit blaming insurance companies. Those are American people working just like the rest of us here, right here. You changed your spot where you were supposed to be. You changed it to here, and you still got a lot of people here. Listen to what we're saying, because all you do is give the same rhetoric that I hear on the television, and I'm tired of it.
And we have kept that bill from a vote.
But they're talking about you going back and giving in. You already said September, October. We're saying don't do anything. Don't you see? We don't want anything done.
Well, let me say that, and maybe you'll see a little bit of a different thing. Some of our major employers, GE, Walmart.
We know about GE. We know about Walmart.
Wait, just a minute. Blue Cross Blue Shield, your insurance industry.
Auto workers.
No. I have met with their CEOs. They are asking us to reform the system.
We're asking you not to.
Yes, you are. And that's why it's great for me to hear you. I understand that.
Yeah. When did we get to know about that?
We had a town hall meeting about 30 days ago. We had two.
Yeah.
Let people know about it.
Put it in the newspaper. Put it on TV. It's not funny.
Well, now, we had 200 people at our last town hall meeting.
Would have had 10,000.
No, sir, I'm not afraid of anything.
Well, then have
Yes, sir. We are, and I would be happy to have a town hall meeting and answer any questions. We had a.
Tell us right now. We'll be there.
How about now?
No, Congressman, time is up.
No. Time's not up for me. I introduced a resolution 2 weeks ago that any health care bill that comes out of the Congress has to be taken by the congressman.
It's voted down, by the way.
No, it wasn't voted down. It hasn't been voted on yet.
I'm not through. Would you and Virginia have the same insurance as we have under this, or we all have Obama's insurance plan? Or will you be with us?
No, what I said was if Congress passes a health care bill, the Congress itself must have that insurance. That's the resolution that I introduced.
That's what you're saying, then, is that you and Virginia would have the same as Virginia?
Yes. If the Waxman bill came before Congress today, it failed. So the attitude in Congress is much like this lady said, leave health care alone. She's actually voicing the opinion of what I'm hearing all across the district, leave health care alone. The reason the bill didn't come to the floor was because they didn't have the votes to shove it down our throats. Okay? So that's where we are right now. Whether the Senate can change our attitude about that, I don't know. Right now, it's not changeable in the House. We introduced a piece of legislation, I did, that said any bill on health care must be written in its final form on the desk of every congressman and Senate 1 week prior to the vote. Okay? We also just recently passed PAYGO, that no legislation, health care, whatever, can be passed unless it can be paid for within a 120-month period. Congress has been promising the American people something for nothing for decades. It's caught up with us. Japan and China are now your banker. We are in danger of weakening ourselves from within because of the debt that we are incurring. And we are all very, very concerned about that. And We have 52 dedicated people that have formed a very conservative movement called the Blue Dogs that have been very effective pushing back against this. Thank you. The additional thing that I haven't been asked about that I thought I might be asked about is they have ignored repeatedly tort reform. If you want to control costs, those of you who have been to a physician, there are 4 people in that room when you see him. There's the doctor, the nurse, the patient, and a plaintiff's attorney sitting on that doctor's shoulder. And a doctor that walks into that emergency room or a nurse that sees somebody that they don't know, it is a difficult situation for them, and they are going to order tests to protect themselves. Some of those tests they know may not be necessary. Their clinical judgment is good, but they're going to get that CAT scan anyway. They're going to get that blood work anyway because they can hear the horror stories about lawsuits. If we want to save costs, that's one of the first places we need to go is tort reform. Yes, sir.
Princess Pelosi and the Democrats in Congress are implementing the fascist takeover of the medical profession, and it'd be the death sentence on every senior in America. What are you personally going to do to stop this program of fascism creeping through us on tort reform, on cap and trade? And they've already taken over the banking industry, they've already taken over the automobile industry and given it to the people who contributed to them through the UAW. And how are we going to stop this cycle of giving to the people who get the votes instead of doing what's right for this country? We used to have statesmen in this country who cared something about it.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear. There you go. I agree with you. It's an overreach. As a matter of fact, if you really want to look carefully at this health care reform bill, it's less about reform than it is about control. And so we are pushing back hard on that. We need your support on that. You must remember that we have got a far left group of individuals in the Congress. We've got a far right group of individuals in the Congress. Neither one of those are effective as far as getting America where it needs to be.